Look at this stupid computer. It's so dumb. You know, it's even dumber than I realized it was, but that's a whole thing. Jeepin, thank you for the Prime sub and for 27. Let's just hope so. 27 months. I'm not going to be able to hear Dak talk today. No matter what, I could not get that audio working. It was just I think the mixer sound interface thing I have is like dying because the audio level was so ridiculously low that it just it was going to be a hazard. So, yeah. All right. All right. Let me go over this, okay? We're going to ground up record an entire video about rebuilding this thing from scratch, essentially. So that's the goal here. And I'm going to go over all of that in an intro here in a moment. So, yeah. I'm going to see the thing and then wait a second. Vital Knave, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 43 months. I appreciate that. Okay. It's just not trying to intro this thing is a whole other complicated ordeal too. So, all right. Okay. I am starting recording. Whoa. Hello. This is an IBM PS2, model 7386. And I bought this thing like 6 years ago and don't like it. I bought it oh, man, I screwed it up. I don't really have a solid intro planned here because it's just there's a lot. Hello. This is an IBM PS2 Model 7386. More specifically, it is an E61 variant, which we'll get into in a bit because that has dumb implications, but so does this entire machine. Now, I am going to say unapologetically upfront that I hate IBM PS2 machines, but I need this one to work for a future video that is going to be awesome. So today we're going to rebuild this machine with parts and software that will make it not suck. Well, not suck any more than it came from out of the factory. Well, not suck any more than it did when it came out of the factory. There we go. All right. Here's a fun thing. Look at that, you got video capture. Yay, video capture. Woo, that part's good. It's actually the first time I've set up RetroTig 4K capture here in the office fully. So we've got that going on. Yeah, insert music, exactly. Oh, let's shut it off. Okay. Monochrome monitor. Yep, that's, as I'll cover, that's the only reason I bought this thing, actually. And that's why I'm not answering the questions about this, because I'm going to cover them when I'm recording for the video here. So just, if you have a question, just wait a second, and I'm probably going to answer it. 5 out of 5 intro. Yeah. Yeah, hold on, I'm just getting all the cables undone. No, it was always going to be for this as well. Matter of fact, it was for this primarily initially, because it's just too good at this particular use case. It wasn't sold as a monochrome monitor, it just lost 2 of the 3 guns. Fun fact, I didn't actually realize that all of the menus that were being shown here were in color. That's why it looks so weird. You saw the blue IBM background. Yeah, that's why I have to crank it up so much to get those to show up, I think. I don't know what color it's using for monochrome, probably green or something, but yeah, it's wonky. Okay. Let me get this out of here. I like the naivety of the fact that I bought the MCA GPIB card, like I was ever going to actually use it. Oh, there isn't a BIOS in that way, in that regard. You'll see how stupid this computer is as we go. Okay. All right, switch to here and let's record post intro. Yeah, you'll see I was smart, and I even turned off the background so that I don't have the horrible yellow light. So when I color balance this video, it's not going to look atrocious. Anyway, now when I first bought this machine, this is all I got with it: the computer chassis itself and the monitor. And the only reason I actually bought it was to get this monitor. I wanted a VGA monochrome CRT because there is no color mask inside that little metal grid that allows RGB subpixels to be shown, and that makes the image look very unique, and I was really excited about that. Well, this one isn't doing so great, but I did get some enjoyment out of it, and I kind of took it aside and focused on that and left the computer to languish. Well, a couple of years ago now, I think, I ended up actually recapping the floppy drive in this machine. And that was part of when I discovered how unbelievably stupid IBM machines are from this era. This is what you see when you first open an IBM PS2 Model 70 first generation, or Type 1. This is as they were shipped in June 1988. This is the floppy drive, and it just pops out like that because it has a card edge connector that is ribbon cabled up to a weird adapter plate, and it is impossible to put a normal floppy drive in there. But oh, the terribleness continues. If I flip this around, we'll see this weird bay. Well, that's where an ESDI hard drive unique to this machine goes. I don't have that. It didn't come with the machine, and I don't intend on buying one on eBay just so that I can have an old broken hard drive die in this stupid computer that is dumb. Now, I do have a solution for this that we'll be exploring today, but that is how this was originally intended to be used. Over here, we can see the 16 megahertz 386 from Intel that this machine was equipped with, and the 387 socket that will perpetually stay empty, because who cares? And now, let's start to get to the truly despicable stuff. Here we have 3 slots for memory. One of them is kind of hiding under there because there's no real great way to access these. These are not quite 72-pin SIM RAM. They look like 72-pin SIM RAM. They have the same socket connector as 72-pin SIM RAM, but as far as I understand, these are special to this computer only. Now, we're going to explore the potential of upgrading the RAM in this machine, but I am not 100% sure that I can do that today, because this is one of those areas where I just don't have a lot of hardware for this thing, and I've picked through the dozens, if not hundreds, of sticks of EDO that I have, and I think I have one that might be compatible. All right, let me catch up here. Green Source, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 48 months. I know the math. That's it, 48 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And Ben, thank you for the Prime sub and for 38 months there. I can't hear the deck talk because it's all stupid, so just bleh. But yeah. Oh, and DDOPIS, thank you for the 100 bits. I know you can hear the deck talk because I enabled the server side one. Great, I started recording. I'll just talk through it. I'm a cat. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Wait, you can't hear it? Wait, what? We can't hear it? Oh my gosh. Really? Why? There, now you maybe can. Sorry. I guess I muted it and I didn't think about it. Ramacat, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Okay. Now, if all of that didn't sound bad enough, there's one more part that we need that goes with this stupid floppy drive, and that is a floppy disk. You need a very specific reference disk that sets up the machine. This disk is essentially your BIOS configuration utility. And apparently, as we add parts to this machine, to the slots back here, we're going to need to modify this disk to add new ADF files to it to allow it to access the cards. I don't fully understand how this works yet, and for some reason, there are no quick reference manuals scanned for any of these machines available online. So I'm not exactly sure how to do this. I have an idea that I'm hoping will work, but that's as close as we're gonna get. But before we can do even that, there's one more thing that's missing. Right here is supposed to be a battery. Now, I do actually have the battery. It came with the machine, but I took it out because it was dead. And initially, I wasn't going to replace it because I don't like this computer and I don't like leaving batteries in machines. However, since I need to use it, we're going to replace the battery. So let's put our first part in the IBM PS2. I don't know, I've never done it, Ben. That's the thing. I cannot believe that no one has scanned any of the quick reference manuals that would actually tell you how to do it. Because I'm not gonna read through the whole like 100-page technical service manual or whatever to see if that's documented in there. Oh my gosh, I'm not logged in at eBay on my phone, right? Check. I made an offer, someone's selling the reference manual on eBay and I'm trying to buy it, but I don't know. ADF files are not that hard if you know how to use it, but I don't. Why is it not recording? What did I last record? One. That might be compatible. The RAM thing. So I did not record the reference disk thing, okay? Redo! No, we were recording something, but I didn't get the reference disk part. Well, we'll see, Helen Croft, because again, I've never done it, so I don't really know. Now there's another part that we need for this machine that is also unique to it, but it's actually software. Each IBM computer like this from the PS2 line has a dedicated setup reference disk that is needed to configure the BIOS. But it gets even worse and even weirder because for every piece of hardware you want to add to the machine, like this, take that MCA card, like this GPIB card that I may explore using in the future, you have to have a dedicated driver disk that is loaded onto your BIOS floppy and then used to configure the hardware itself. So setting up one of these from scratch with just the hardware is impossible, and you must have the reference disk for your machine and the driver disk for your file. And the driver disk for your hardware. I mean, the driver disk, I guess the driver disk for your hardware isn't like a, you know, the, well, I got you a point that it is, but anyway. Now there's another element to this that my machine is currently missing and is the first thing we're going to rectify, and that is right here. There should be a battery there that is used to store the BIOS settings. I do have the original battery, but I removed it because it was bad and I don't like leaving batteries in things if I don't have to. The downside is every single time you leave this machine powered off for an extended period of time, it will lose its full hardware configuration. And since I actually need to configure the hardware, I actually need a battery. So the first thing we're gonna do here is install a battery. Why can I hear the deck talk? That's weird. T2SDE and Raiders, hello and welcome. Today we're setting up one of the stupidest computers ever made, an IBM PS2 Model 70 386. I don't like it, but I need it to work.
Chlorocoon says Tier 100.
No, you can't hear me. I'm all in your head. It's all by your command.
Maverick, I'll cut to the short version of the story. No, it does not have PCI and ISA. That's the whole point of the IBM PS2. Stupidest computer made so far. That's true. Eventually they're going to make an AI-only terminal computer, and that will be the stupidest one. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't like it because I don't understand it? No. Very much not that. I don't like it because, you know what? We'll get into that. I have good reasons not to like it. Let me put it this way. Short version, all of the computer hardware I have in the office, with the exception of keyboards and monitors, is incompatible with this thing. That's ridiculous. All right, so this is a camera flash battery or something. I forget exactly what this is, but thankfully this is actually a standard battery to be able to put in here. So this isn't too difficult. I'm gonna hope that, is polarity actually marked? Nope, we just have red and black wires. Ah, positive, negative. Okay, this is actually marked. So this is the correct way to stick this in there. Wow, this is not easy. All right. Now it should stop losing all of my BIOS settings. That means good luck for the entire day, yeah. Yeah, where's the fun in that? In having all of the hardware that I need to add continue to work after I turn the computer off. I drew a little bit of blood. That's annoying. Yeah. Now, that is the easy part. The next part is I need to be able to install an operating system to this machine, and running off of floppy isn't going to cut it, which means it's time to deal with these. This computer is the introduction of the MCA slot, micro channel architecture. If you noticed, this GPIB card that I mentioned earlier is not actually PCI. It looks a lot like it, but it goes into one of these slots. And these are nope. And these are basically, nope. How do I want to phrase this? And these are basically the, gosh, I'm not exactly sure how I want to say this. There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it. Something that's emblematic of a cohesive thing. Oh well, I think emblematic will work. These are emblematic of the whole problem with the IBM PS2 line. Let's just go over everything that we have here one more time. We have microchannel architecture slots, which mean we can't add PCI or ISA cards. We have an ESDI hard drive interface. That means we can't use IDE or MDA hard drives. And we have weird card edge floppy connectors that only work with the wonky drives that come with these machines. Every single thing about this machine was an overreaction by IBM to the clones of the IBM PC XT and AT. They overreacted so hard that they made this machine completely different from every other computer out there in the PC market. And it makes it impossible to share any hardware between this and any other computer, which is the main crux of why I don't like this machine. So, what that means is I don't have anything that I can use to install an operating system to on this computer because I don't have the one hard drive that it needs. Thankfully, though, there is a solution. Take that, computer. This is a card that I ordered that I am pretty excited about to use with this machine. This is the ZZXIO MC IDE-CF card. This should allow me to boot IDE-ish drives on this computer, but also I should be able to pop a compact flash card in here and be able to access my boot drive from the back. So we're going to set this card up with this computer, but before I can do that, I actually have to get the weird driver disk thing set up because apparently you're supposed to do this before you actually put the cards inside. So now the fun begins. It's super simple, sure. I'm sure it is actually going to be simple, but it's still dumb. Install software, motherboard catches fire. No, that happens when we look at the RAM. Okay. I could not actually find some information about this online, so if anyone wants to spoil this, is it exclusively special Snowflake IBM RAM that is exclusively compatible with this, or would something like this Danelect 5-volt, 70 nanosecond, 1 meg stick work? Because if this would work, that would be super nice. Because, yeah, there's not a lot of options for this. Yes, a special Snowflake RAM, that's what I thought. It's not just 5-volt, 70 nanoseconds. I think there is like a weird thing that you can jumper or something on there. I don't know. I don't know if that's hearsay because I couldn't actually find documentation about it. IBM RAM needs all the solder jumpers set. Normal PC RAM didn't. Okay. They're compatible between multiple PS2 systems. All right. Here's the other disappointing thing. This one's really annoying. I actually have a single stick of 8 megabyte RAM. I think this might work too. I'm not 100% sure. It might be only a 2 meg stick and it's meant to be an 8 meg kit. I'm not 100% sure. This might work. I don't know. But just to spoil it for you guys, this is the one that I'm pretty sure will work because it is special Snowflake IBM memory, and I'm pretty sure this is the literal exact same module as the one that's already in there. Yeah, I've heard you can modify standard sims, but I'm not exactly sure how. So my plan is we're going to power this thing on with it open still, do the ADF thing, install the card, and then we're going to look at modifying RAM. before we put the case back together. Just change the 0 ohm solder jumpers. I'm good without doing that. Let me put it this way. How much RAM is my minimum here? Actually, here's the thing. I don't know how much RAM I need. Because I need it for that scanner. And I don't know how that's gonna work. Because I feel like it would be crazy for the scanner to assume that it has to load everything to RAM, but also I don't think I've ever seen a vintage graphics editor stream data from a hard drive, so I really don't know what it's gonna need. So I'm afraid it's gonna need a bajillion megabytes of RAM, and I'm not gonna be able to do that, so I really don't know. 8 megs is enough for Windows 95? Well, good news, this can only do 6. We're doing Windows 3.1 eventually, but yeah, the graphics application is the thing I'm concerned about. Needs OS 2? No, it does not. Although, now that you say that. Wait a minute, do I have to put OS 2 on here? I didn't think about that. Oh no! Wait a minute. No, page scan. This is Windows, right? Like that's not OS 2. That's Windows, right? Oh no, please tell me this actually. Getting page scanner started. IBM page scanner option diskette contains 2 programs. Page scanner runs under DOS. Page scan that runs under DOS. For Windows version 2 or Windows 286. Okay, so it'll run on Windows. It doesn't run on OS 2. Okay, good. Okay, does it say how much RAM it needs? No. Okay. No, I'd see, I didn't know if the OS 2 might be required for the scanner software. Look, I didn't know it would work on DOS. That's kind of good to know, actually. I wish it gave me a RAM requirement, but oh well. Picture was Windows 2. All right. Well, I assume a Windows 2 application will work on Windows 3, right? I don't actually have to install Windows 2 because I really don't want to, like a lot. I'm good, Dziak. I really don't need a different chair. Oh, I'm not looking forward to how much hate I'm going to get in the comments. There's going to be a lot. I need the Scorpion. Oh my gosh. I think that's been listed for years. No one wants that.
All
right, let me get this thing set up.
Nothing wrong with installing Windows 2 or 286 that can be helped with a quick lobotomy.
End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, Norse, thank you for the 100 bits from before. And Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits from before as well. I can't hear, I may have already said the other Chloe one, but I can't hear the deck talk, unfortunately. So, or the TTS, however you want to think about it. So yeah, let them be mad. Yeah, this thing sucks and I don't care. I'm not changing my opinion. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I was grabbing all the video cables and nonsense.
Evil Trogus is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Tectankits' community. They've gifted a total of 5 in the channel.
End of line.
Evil Trovis, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Is that 9-pin VGA? No, it's HD 15. It's DE15 VGA. It's standard VGA. There's nothing weird about it. Okay. This one's VGA extension because I'm running everything through capture hardware. I imagine you guys will prefer the video capture view since I'm the only one who should be suffering looking at the stupid monitor. It's so horrible. Oh, here's a thing that's is staying uncut. Here, I have a second one. That's a second monochrome PS2 monitor. I didn't realize this. It's dead. It does not work at all. I got lucky because I plugged it in and tried to turn it on and nothing happened. An actual PS2, I mean, it's a Model M. I mean, it's not like they're rare. I guarantee you there are far more surviving Model M's than there are actual PS2s. One of this monitor, it's also stupid. That's the thing, I like the monitor. It's this particular one, I think, has a really bad purity issue in the CRT. It is impossible to get it to focus right. Or the electronics are super weak and I gotta crank it up so much that it's just blowing the focus out. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is, but it's almost impossible to get it to look good. Use a weird connector for video, yeah. Well, this was the machine that invented VGA, as far as I'm aware. Not this particular model, technically also the Model 70, while designed with the first generation of PS2s, wasn't actually released with them. It came out the next year. But yeah, anyway. You can still buy Model M's new unlike the PS2, so yeah. All right, I think we're ready. Wasn't it 55? I don't know. All right, let's fire this thing up with the battery installed for the first time. Okay, it was off long enough that it lost all of the BIOS settings already, so let's go ahead and let it reconfigure again. All right, for you guys, boom. It has a reference disk built in. Or installed currently. That's proper keyboard. This is the keyboard, yes. And I don't just mean the keyboard for this machine. I mean it is the keyboard. Look at how good that looks. Oh, that's so good. I spent a bunch of time this morning tuning the video capture so that it was perfect for this machine. At least for text mode. Obviously, I have no idea what graphics are going to look like. All right. Let's go ahead and run through some of the configuration. Now, I'll note that while you're seeing the capture in color, the monitor is monochrome, so I don't see any color at all. All right, computer may need to have the battery replaced. We already did, so let's go ahead and let it do whatever. I genuinely don't know what it's doing right here, but it'll do something and then reboot. You should stretch it for small screen pixel perfect is bad. Oh, I'm already stretching it. I've squished it because it's 720 by 400, so it's widescreen, and then you guys can't see it. All right, now every time previously that I've used this machine, I believe it has thrown error code 163 for the battery, no matter what, at this point. So I'm curious, this should be the first time that it doesn't. And it looks like it's not. What? Why? Why? Yeah, we're about to check the battery voltage, that's for sure. Stupid IBM computers and their stupid battery problems. Okay, should be 6 volts. Yep, that's perfect. Now, there's this port. There's this port on the side. I don't know what this goes to, but this daughter board itself actually plugs in underneath. So I think it's fine. The PC speaker works and it's on the same board and cable setup, so I don't think it's a problem with the connection. Need to set the actual time in the BIOS first? Well, the BIOS didn't tell me that. I thought the BIOS was going to tell me how to do other things. I'm sorry. This is one of the reasons why I was really hoping I could find the manual stuff. Indicates the time and date are not set? All right. All right, apparently that's a time date issue, so we're going to go ahead and try and set that in the BIOS, I guess. Let's see if we can figure out how to get in there and change that. Does it work past the year 2000? I sure hope not. Ah, okay. Fair enough. If I just pressed enter before, it would have told me. This is actually, I think, my first time seeing this. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Okay. That is some stuff. I have no clue what I'm doing here, so we're going to kind of wing this. Set configuration.
Matt Janko Tech subscribed with Prime.
He said I had to
They
set the time
subscribed
first.
For 45 months. And says 45 spoons.
Change configuration, set view SCSI device
Because
configuration.
for you, of course.
You have an ESDI hard drive, isn't that correct? Display memory map. I actually want to see this because memory not being used, size 128K. Okay, so you may have noticed that when it boots up that it does something wonky. I think it's provisioning 128K for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but I believe it has a 1 megabyte stick of memory installed. So that's what's going on there. It is pretty weird, but I do believe that that all adds up. Again, I have no idea what it's using that 128K for, but I believe it is a 1 meg stick in there for now. Why is escape not exit? Why is it F3? View configuration. Okay, install. Oh, there we go. Installed memory, 1 megabyte. Usable memory, 196. Why? Or 896. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Can I change what kinds of drives these are? It said view configuration, not set, so I imagine not. Okay. Interesting. Before we put this all back together, we're going to see if we can increase this. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Okay, F3, wait, F8 forward. F7 back, okay, a whole extra line, got it. Okay, so you're saying 4, no. Wait, how do I set features? Set date and time. Why is that? Because of the RTC, okay. All right, let's set a date and time. Just for giggles, 03/27/2026. Welcome to our nightmare computer. There we go. I think it liked it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it really took that. That's hilarious. Okay. Time, I don't know, it's 12:46. That'll work. Time is not right. I said it close enough. I mean, how do you know? You're not where I am. Set keyboard speed. Well, obviously we want max. Actually, I am going to set it to fast. Because earlier I was trying to make it print a bunch of M's in IBM Basic, which I accidentally figured out how to get to. And it took forever for me to fill the screen so that I could set the phase for the video. Now we're going to mess with the RAM first, then we'll mess with the ADF files. Okay, I think that's everything I want to do for right now, because before I try and configure this with the ADF files for the MC IDE, I do want to try and add a little bit more RAM. Or, Ben, Shift M. And wait. I figure more RAM is another reference disk boot. That was why I was thinking it may not be the worst case to just do it now. Okay, question. If I put the wrong kind of RAM in the machine, will it break it? Will anything explode? Or will it just go, no? It won't break it? Okay. You hope it blows up? Me too. That would be really nice. Now it just won't show up? Okay. Depends how wrong your RAM is. That's the most correct answer. RAM and no solder jumpers or 0 meg sticks. Okay. Now, before we add any new RAM, let's get the existing stick that's in there out so that we can take a look at it. This is it. Again, this is pretty standard looking EDO RAM, except it's apparently not. I have all of this memory that is the exact same form factor, and none of these are likely to work with this machine. However, I also have this memory, of which only this one is probably going to work. I'll put that there for now. This one may work. Put that there. And these could potentially work, but I don't know. So here is that original stick, and here is the one that I'm pretty sure will work because they look identical. So I think I'm good there. I'm going to be able to have 2 megabytes of RAM. This one is where this gets a little more interesting. I am not 100% sure exactly what this is. This might be an 8 megabyte stick, or it might be a 2 megabyte stick. I don't really know, but I do know that this is another IBM sim meant for these kinds of machines. So there is the potential that this will work, but I'm not sure. (2x, 3M). Okay, so apparently this one is just 8 megs. So I'm being informed, because I'm filming this live, that this is actually an 8 megabyte stick. So this will almost certainly not work in this machine, because the Type 1 motherboard that I have only supports 6 megabytes of RAM. Now, these sticks are all the exact same memory speed as the original sticks of RAM here. And let me find, there's a particular one in here that I would like. This is possibly a fairly modern stick, or at least a rebadged stick, of 1 megabyte, I think, of 5 volt 70 nanosecond memory. This is a very similar configuration to the IBM RAM, but I believe is missing some configuration jumpers to be able to make it work. That's the primary difference. Four meg, oh my gosh. Okay, apparently my chat is all a bunch of nerds. They know that this is a 4 meg stick. They like know EDO stuff that I don't, it seems. It has a solder jumper. You're saying this one might actually work? Well, if it's a 4 meg stick, it sure won't, but you know, that's a different problem. Unless you're saying it could be made to work. In which case, it doesn't matter, because we're not doing that. Oh, that's kind of funny. I'm gonna make Ben jealous. It's none of that stupid analog RAM. Show the jumpers up close. This? I'm gonna get all the other stupid RAM out of there. Digital might work even better. It has ECC. They have that for your Alpha PC? What? Okay, hold on. So this is, I think what you're saying is that's gonna be an 8 meg stick. That's just not gonna work. Hold on. That's got a doodad set. That one's got a bunch of doodads set. That one ain't got squat. This one's got one doodad set. That one's got one. That one's got 3. I'm gonna set the one that has none off to the side. Open the list. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna stop recording for a little bit while we kind of figure this out. Why does this website not show up when you search for anything IBM related? Okay, 16 megabyte ECC something or another. OEM memory. Oh gosh. FRU. How am I? Oh man, I gotta look at like part numbers and stuff. I don't want it to look up part numbers. So this is Motorola. It's not in the list. This is unbranded. This is Toshiba-ish. This one's like Super Toshiba, but Toshiba's not listed. And that one, who knows? This one's smart. See? Smart. Table at the bottom of the page. Presence detect. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I need 1 or 2 megabyte sticks. Is there a 0? 1, okay, bits 3, 2, 1, 0, okay. So I got 1 and 2. Middle, 2 megabyte? No, that's wrong. Some of this RAM is really dumb. I know, right? Okay, I'm trying to look at this site, because here's the thing. This is the stick of RAM that I took out of the machine, okay? It has a 1 and a 2, and I don't think there are any other jumpers. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. Unless just the IBM RAM is whatever, it doesn't matter, because it's... So this is the 8 meg RAM. It's got a jumper on... I'm just gonna... I got no clue. So 8 meg would have 1 on 2. So maybe that's that. Okay. So this one's got 1, 2, 3. So all but 0. Oh, wait, hold on. So yeah, 1 on 2. Let me just look at that. That would be IBM and industry standard. Okay. I'm curious if I can just put this 1 in and it'll just work. And then only address 6 megs. That would be really sweet.
For 13 months.
So 1, 2, 3. I don't see 1, 2, 3 in the list. I don't think that is a valid configuration. Angry K9, thank you for the tier 2 sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Just try it. The IBM RAM is IBM standard. Also, Majenko, thank you for the Prime sub. Actually, Angry K9, thank you for the tier 2 sub and for 13 months. I appreciate that. I forgot that part. Majenko, thank you for the Prime sub and for 45 months. Let me make sure I didn't miss any others. My apologies. I can't hear it today. So, yeah, I know Hellencroft, but what I'm saying is there are none in that list that are jumpered on 1, 2, and 3, as far as I can see. Oh, it's the inverse? So that's a 16 meg stick. This is weird. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just stick. You know what? This is apparently all really weird and complicated. We're going to try just slapping the 8 meg stick in there and see what happens, because I don't really know. I doubt it's going to address 8 megabytes of memory, because I get the feeling that the 386 just can't, but let's see what happens. By the way, fun fact. It sucks to get to this stick of RAM, because it's underneath this piece of plastic and you have to slide it in and then clock it in place. technically you can remove the whole drive thing here and it's toolless, but it's a dice roll whether or not these white plugs survive. So it's better to not if you can avoid it. Okay, that might be installed. I'm not super confident about it. I think it only got far enough down on one side. There we go. I think that's fully installed now. 386 to do 4 gigabytes? Holy moly. I should just stop talking. All right. Let's see what happens. Pow. That is the error code for it no likey the RAM, because I tried running it with no RAM before, and that's what it says. So it says, no thank you. Okay, let's try the 2 sticks of memory that look identical. So here is the stick that was in it before. Are you guys just wanting me to try each stick one after another? Fine. All right, I'm just gonna try every single stick one after another, and we'll see which ones work and which ones don't. Okay, so chunky IBM, no. The, I believe, original IBM. Let's just test this as a sanity check. Make sure I didn't kill the socket or something. You know, honestly, if I'm going through this much effort, it's worth removing that stupid floppy cage. Oh gosh, it's this whole thing. Ugh. Look, I remembered the tool. Wait, you're supposed to, like, yeah, there we go. Oh, just one more over there. Okay, it's loose. Whee! But now the battery's disconnected. I'm sure it's fine, whatever. Your handling of this hardware hurts my soul. What was wrong there? That's literally how you do that. Also, look how big this board is. That's just ridiculous. This entire PC is a tool? Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so much easier. Okay. Counts RAM. That's, I don't like that it said 640. I also don't like that it sounds different in here. Why is it only saying 640? Been throwing every error code. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just use this to check which ones actually work or not. So if it addresses 640 megs or K, then we know it's compatible. So this is compatible. It can go there. So let's try the other one that looks identical. All right, so we're going to have at least 2 megabytes of memory. Hello, Digital Ice Age. I'm losing my mind because this computer's so stupid. We're trying to figure out how much special snowflake RAM I have for it. Well, it's that. Nope, it says it doesn't like that one.
Chlorocoon says Tier 100 losing your mind. Have you checked the floor filing system?
End of line.
I'm going to guess it fails on all of this. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you tested the floor filing system? Or are you saying that I should just file it? Oh, I bet none of it's going to work. We're not modding any RAM. I don't care. We'll mod RAM if I don't have enough for the scanner. That's the only way I would mod RAM. If I unbox the scanner on stream, I looked inside, but I have not torn it apart because the scanner is like brand new. I'm going to try that one again. I don't feel confident that I got that fully seated. Nope. I have not taken the scanner out of the box, though. We just kind of took a peek. I think we looked at the card, but the card is still sealed.
LuckyBob77 says Tier 100 I can just send you some RAM.
End of line.
Lucky Bob, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't think I need any, but I don't know. That's the thing, is I have no idea what I need for the scanner. Because there's no information. And Lucky Bob, thank you for the 100 bits. All right, last stick. We already basically tested this one, so it's not going to work. Yep. All right. That is every 70 nanosecond stick of EDO RAM that I have. All of them failed except for the one that was obviously identical. So we're going to have 2 megabytes of memory with this machine now, I guess. Hopefully that's enough for my plans. Hey. Looking good. All right, now I can pop the frame back in. Such a weird computer. Apparently mine likes me since it didn't explode. All right, I think we have to go configure the reference disk now for the new memory quantity, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Make plastic white? I know, right? It's crazy how much stuff, like, can stay that color. And there we go. If you have installed or removed memory, run automatic configuration. Automatically configure system? Yes. Automatic configuration complete. When enter is pressed, the computer restarts itself. I am okay with that. Now, we're going to go back into the reference disk setup menu, and we are going to go ahead and install the micro IDE, the MC IDE adapter file. Still recording? Yes. I'm also recording the video capture. But that's a good call out. All right. So, I believe copy and option diskette is the correct thing here. Okay, remove your backup copy of the reference diskette and insert the disk containing new files in the default drive. Okay, I only have one drive in the machine, which, fun fact, I looked at the configurations available on Wikipedia for this thing. Every single one of these computers came with a default of one floppy drive. I'm not even sure you can order it with two, which is so weird. Anyway, there is our IDE disk. Let's see how this goes. Remove the diskette containing files. Okay, that was fast. Okay, there we go, I think. Can I see what it has? Huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess. All right, so it looks like we're ready to install the IDE card now. All right, now we got a little more setup to do because I need to clear out the RAM nonsense. By the way, I was smart. In addition to the IDE card, I bought some of the stupid floppy adapters. Not stupid in that I think these are dumb. It's dumb that I need them for this machine, but I have some now. I'm probably dedicating one of these to the Wheelwriter that has the same kind of floppy drive nonsense going on. That way I can just use a GoTech over there or put a real drive in it or something. I'm not sure, but these are going to be really nice to have, but we're not going to use those today. Although I'm tempted because it's going to be so many floppies for this whole setup. Oh my gosh. Okay. Trying to decide. I guess we'll put it in the outer one. Just put a huge SSD in there. I know. Well, I'm also thinking the scanner slot, but I don't think the scanner card cares, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so here is the IDE card that I'm installing. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop it in right here. By the way, this is a really nice job on the manufacturing on this thing. The card edge connector is properly V-scored and everything. It's really good. And yeah, my case is a little broken back here. Ben, oh my gosh. I kept looking at the compact flash cards. Where are they? Oh, great. Where did I put them? Hold on. They have run off somewhere and joined the circus. I don't know where now. Ah, there they are, underneath the GPIB card. I got two. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and put a card in here. I don't know which way this goes in. That looks like that was correct. Let me just test really quick. Okay, no, it does not plug in that way. Good. So it goes in this way. Now, coincidentally, I believe this has FreeDOS on it, so there's a possibility this will just boot. There's also the possibility that it will reject that card and it won't work because compact flash cards being used for IDE are kind of weird. And if it does, then I have a second one that we'll try as well. As far as I'm aware, baking soda and super glue is super permanent and stays together well. As long as you get the application right. I think almost immediately after that 1702 repair failed, I can't remember if I redid it, but that one was just kind of a nightmare. Need reference disk first? What do you mean need the reference disk first? Well, I mean it's in there, so whatever. Only 128? You joke? We're gonna have a hard time using that much. But I added hardware it's supposed to know about. Compact flash cards can be IDE. They are not IDE. There is a difference. Some of them support in IDE mode, but not all of them. All right, let's see how this works. I do technically still have the reference disk in there. I may or may not need to configure the card with it. I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. All right, we got error 165. I'm going to assume that means that it doesn't like something. Adapter, configuration error. If you've installed or removed an adapter, automatically configure system. Yep, do my homework. Automatic configuration complete. Okay. We'll see if the machine can boot. When it's counting RAM, I'm going to remove the floppy. Okay. Maybe it will boot now. Or maybe it'll just give up. I have no idea. Okay, it tried to access the drive, floppy, and I forgot about that screen. That's awesome. Okay, apparently we need this. Okay. View, edit, configuration. Okay, well, let's apparently look at our configuration. It wants to be an Amiga, but it doesn't know how. It needs to be an emote. It's a little thin for being an emote. Okay, so we got 2 megs of RAM. We got none of that stuff. Okay, MC CF something. Compact flash master. Okay, I think we want to change that. Probably. Because I would prefer the external one to be the primary. Okay, so let's try going back and then change configuration. And F6 next, external. There we go. So that might do it. F10 save. All right. You know what? I'm going to give IBM credit where it's due. The fact that they actually set F10 for save the BIOS config options, I really like. All right. I'm going to reboot the machine here. Eject the disk, and we'll see if it boots now. Okay. Set configuration. Set option ROM. Okay. So shut up DZAC? Yeah, but shut up DZAC is a Discord emote. That's a little easier to do. Okay, we're gonna try changing the option ROM. Oh. I have no clue. It's manual time. Okay, configuration, automatically configure, select option ROM. When running the system, configure the utility, you have the ability to change the parameters of the MC-IDE-CF adapter, set configuration. The included high-capacity option ROM contains 16 kilobytes of code in the MC-IDE-CF section. Selecting an available address base for the ROM, you can see available and use address bases by booting. Selecting option ROM. Each IDE channel can be set as primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary, or disabled. Curious. Configure compact flash. Either compact flash can be the master, internal, external. XTID configuration. Operation during post. XUB will scan all channels if the MCID is configured via some. The fact that we're not seeing the XTIDE BIOS at all means that we're not loading that code, because that code should run and scan the IDE interfaces. Okay, I'm not sure if we need to change this, but I think there's no harm in trying it, so we'll just go ahead and try this. Wait, you shut up DZAC is a channel emote? I did not realize that. Save configuration complete. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Majenko. That makes more sense. Ah, there we go. And there it is. It just booted FreeDOS. Technically booted it with USB drivers for the CH375, but hey, that works. Okay. It's gonna hang there. Hold on, I think I have an option to... Wow, I forget how hard it crashes. Hey, that means that card's gonna work though. That's really nice. Okay, I think I had an alternate config sys menu for booting without that, and we'll just try that really quick. Wow, it supports a lot. Without drivers. Boom! Okay. That's an operating system on it. Whew. Okay. Put the CH375 card in it now, yeah. Not even if someone makes an MCA one, will I? I have no interest in putting any more hardware in this machine than I have to. All right. Now, the fun begins, because the next thing I want to do, even though we have a working copy of an operating system on here, I want to install IBM PC-DOS 7 on this machine. I think it's just appropriate to put IBM's own flavor of DOS on here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But now that the hardware side is finished working, let's go ahead and do this. No scanner card. Currently, the plan is to get the machine. You'll notice I haven't actually talked about the scanner card in this video when I've been recording. The plan is get the machine fully functional, and then I'm going to make a second video that is about the scanner card. So they're completely different. It's two videos, one about refurbing the IBM and seeing if I hate it or not. Well, the answer is I hate it. And then another video about using the scanner. Where's the age verification? IBM flavors old carpet. Don't take it off my hands. These aren't exactly expensive. I was looking on eBay at these trying to find manuals, and you can get that computer for like 60 bucks because no one wants them. They suck. All right, now that it's working, we can bundle it all back up. Kind of crazy that this thing's actually going to be usable now. Really didn't ever think that I would be able to make this thing do anything more than just complain about needing floppies. As much as I detest the machine overall, it is a pretty sharp looking system. All right. Actually. Hold on, I need to move a thing. Oh, you know what? How much time do we have? Genuine question. Is 30 minutes going to be enough time to install PC-DOS 7 on this thing? How many floppies is it? 5. Ish, yeah. It's... you do basic install, be done in 5 to 10 minutes. Should be fine. If it runs over, bitches deduct extra time from tomorrow. All right, we'll give it a shot. I love that I have to permanently have floppies with this thing now. Yeah, the compression is what I'm really concerned about, but I'm hoping a 16 megahertz 280 or 386 is a little faster than 8086. And that this is roughly equivalent to like DOS 5, maybe 622, and that it won't take 3 million years. All right. I have already determined that I'm dedicating this floppy holder to this machine. So this is now the permanent set of floppies that will always go with this computer. And yes, this is the coolest floppy holder of all time. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here. Let me start screen capture. And recording. All right, let's go ahead and start the install of PC-DOS 7, although there is the potential that this doesn't go particularly smoothly because we're gonna have to reformat this drive, I suspect. So let's see how this goes. Just an FYI, I imaged all of these discs before I started this today, so even if this roasts them, I do have them backed up. What CPU? It's a 16 megahertz 386. We want a boot floppy. Do I want to install it? Yes. XDF, uh-oh. You guys are asking, is it DMF? Nope, it's XDF, I guess. I have never installed PC-DOS, so this is going to be kind of fun. All right. Okay. I genuinely have no idea what this is going to be like, so this is kind of cool. Here we go. Date time. Yep, that's all correct. Oh man, I should have waited 6 minutes to start the install. All right. Continue. Install path. That all looks good. Backup previous DOS files. Wait, is there no option to... Hold on, F3 exit. Wait a minute. I don't know how the card is currently formatted, and I might actually... F disk. I think I might just want to format the card and start from scratch instead of having like a bunch of random files left over. Okay. Display stuff. Primary DOS, volume label, please work. I mean, it did work. Okay, let's just format C. Let's just go ahead and do this. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's fast. Let's call this PS2M70. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, now we can run setup again. My IBM sucks. All right. To use the mouse, mouse.com must be loaded prior to starting setup. Why would you use a mouse during install? F5? What do you mean F5? Would F5 do the mouse? Disable central point backup to save install time. How do I do that? Escape. Escape. I can't go back. How do I... What? Wait, do I need to quit it? And okay, fine. F3. If you don't want to be cool, we could be using a mouse right now. You're saying this installer supports a mouse. Is that what you're saying? It actually supports a mouse? All right, since apparently this installer will support a mouse, I have a surprise. Because I picked up the original IBM PS2 mouse that would have been shipped out with this computer because I wanted the full correct experience for this machine. So I have the full clunky mouse in all its glory. Here we go. That is the original IBM mouse. Has a ball, has 2 buttons. Let's go ahead and get it plugged in. This is just your standard PS2 mouse connector, nothing funky. So I'm gonna go plug it into the back. I do have to take a moment to say that everyone reveres the original keyboard for this computer, but you never see anyone talk about how excellent the mouse is. I think there's a reason for that. Let's find out why. Dude, that looks so good. That's super nice. I assume the mouse driver's on the floppy too, though. No mouse pad? No, I don't have a mouse pad, but I do have a screw hole directly under where this is going to be used, so. Stop, you're starting to like the computer take a break. Yes, I want to install. Well, Curlon, apparently this supports up to 4, like, drives somehow. So I think it has primary and secondary controller built in. Okay. Wait, F5 remove color. Why would we press F5 to remove color? You forgot to load mousecom. Did I need to do that first? We can exit and do it. Okay, how do I load the mouse? Why would I press F5 to disable color, though? You have a black and white monitor? Yeah, but you guys are looking at color capture. Mouse. You ever use a DOS PC? I have, but this is the actual install disk for the software, like the literal commercial one. I'm not going to modify the configsys file on the actual PC-DOS 7 install disk. I have a feeling, okay, there is a bunch of stuff. Dir, mouse, dot, star. Not found. Is there like a whole complicated thing you gotta do just to be able to click through the installer? I don't think this is worth it. The mouse come with a floppy? If it did, I didn't get it. Because unfortunately, there was no documentation or software in there, just the box. I think I got bamboozled in that we're not going to be able to use the mouse. We'll look at disk 2. We'll see if the mouse stuff is on disk 2. Is it a program or a TSR? "30 minutes would have been enough time, but then Shelby happened." There's no mouse on this one. How about disk 3? I wonder what the manual says. It sucks so much to actually get a disk into this thing. I know for a fact that that disk works. The drive sounds weird, though. I don't like that. There we go. Just do keyboard. Yeah, I guess we're gonna. All right, I'm aborting the mouse install because apparently I was lied to by the installer. So we're just going to do the setup. All right. Disable the backup tool. Where? Because I don't think we've reached that yet. Okay. Need information. Okay. Enter now. Okay, yeah, because I never saw any configurations. Okay, this is what you're talking about. I don't want compression and I don't want backup. There we go. Okay. So that all should be good. Options are correct. It looks like it. Okay. Let's continue. And go. Yeah, I think it's going to go reasonably fast. Look at how blurry the yellow is on the monochrome monitor. It hates the color. All right, disc 2. I think a case might be rubbing on the floppy eject cable or button. Gpin, did you happen to see it actually writing mouse.com? Or are you just making it funny? Hey, I told it I didn't want Rex. I mean, yeah, it would look better on the actual monitor, but for you guys, just making it funny, okay. For you guys, it makes sense to have it be color. Don't worry, in a little bit, I'll be setting it to monochrome. Now, if I have to get a mouse driver, we're just going to grab QtCom or QMouse. Well, Paul Guy, they offered a color version of the monitor. Just whoever bought this got it like bare minimum possible configuration. Beep. Disc 4? Okay. We're just skipping 3. Maybe 3 had features I didn't opt for. I think the disc did not fully seat. Yeah. There we go. It is kind of crazy to me that this thing's actually going to be usable now. It just doesn't seem right. That was fast on disc 4. Final floppy. Well, it's good. If there's a mouse.com, then we can add that. We don't have to, we can use that one. We don't have to use the other. Why'd I go with PC DOS? Because it says IBM on the box. All All right, your auto exec and config styles will be modified by setup. If you want to view or edit these changes, they don't exist. So, if you don't want to view, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Remove any disks, and we are done. Let's press enter and see, why did it have a screen after that? Let's see what it's gonna look like. Starting PC DOS. Oh, and it's already loaded the mouse driver. Okay, so that means if I go edit, oh, that, okay. Why don't we have edit? Oh no. QBasic? Oh no. This says Microsoft right there. Add CDOS to your path. Echo. Path. I'm so glad I did that. Is it this? I don't know how to print the path. Does it have the DOS shell? Shell. Dir DOS. That's a lot of stuff. I saw E. Ah, there we go. And the mouse works. Oh, man. Okay. That is sweet. Oh, my gosh. Dude, I could right-click to move or select. Oh, okay, that's awesome. All right. That is super cool. I didn't think it was just gonna work like that. That is so sweet.
101 is the standard text editor.
End of
The
line.
mouse is perfectly fine. It's not amazing for the switches, but you know, I'm happy with it. I'm not gonna change it out. Oh, help about? Yeah, we can check that. Swarm, thank you for the 101 bits. Help about. There we go. PC DOS editor. E. Press any key to continue. Right click. It's amazing for the switches, so it's as good as new. I think it is. I think it's those horrible Omron switches, very similar to the ones in the Atari ST. All right, I am going to stop recording here. And just so that you all can see, it is, yeah, that is sweet. I like that so much. All right, I can put the media back in here. Boom. PC DOS installed. That's so awesome. All right, well, we are out of time for today, but I will give you a spoiler for tomorrow. So that's what's next. Still on time for end of stream? It is, actually. Machine has fast human input. It's actually pretty impressively snappy. All right, I can go ahead and exit here. And then it unloads. Yeah, this thing rocks. Windows for monochrome monitors, exactly. That's why I was saying it's going to be set for monochrome. Oh man, yeah, this is sweet. Well, I went better than I thought I was going to.
Says Tier 100
Park the heads first, yeah.
I'll get you whatever RAM and hardware you need.
Yeah, let me make sure I park
End
the
of
heads.
line.
Oh no! Oh gosh, scary. Lucky Bob, but thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll continue this over the weekend. We'll see how we're going to how it works out. At the rate we're going, we're gonna get that set up. We're gonna call it done and functional, and then we'll be able to try working on the scanner either tomorrow or Sunday, and then we'll have an answer as to whether or not I have enough memory. This would be the first machine to have an SSD head crash, yeah. All right, well, I genuinely did not expect that to go as smoothly as it did. Like, really, awesome. Dude, the mouse is... it's so awesome. Oh, man. All right, well, it is time. Thank you all for being here and hanging out while we set up the PS2. I genuinely am shocked how smoothly that went. It's almost like maybe these things don't completely suck. That's kind of weird. I wasn't expecting that. There's got to be some kind of catch that's coming, so we'll see. But we're gonna put Windows on there. See how that goes. So yeah, I really didn't think we would get that done in 2 hours. Are you kidding me? I thought today was gonna be like a joke stream, like we would barely get started. Man, it just worked. I know, I wasn't expecting that. Why did it just work? Maybe there's a reason that the people who like these machines like them. Oh well. Anyway, that's gonna be it for now. If you enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow the channel to be notified when I go live again next. If you're gonna help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon, or get a shirt like this one. I got bad news for you guys. I'm gonna wear this shirt every day this weekend for continuity with filming. That's it for now, and I will see you next time.